Malacanang says President Rodrigo Duterte does not want to extend his term beyond 2022. This after Senate President Coco Pimentel said Duterte's term could be extended if really necessary during the shift to a federal form of government. The shift to federalism is among Duterte's major campaign promises. Pimentel and Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez are advocates of federalism. But presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says, quote, "I can categorically state that President Rodrigo Roa Duterte does not want that. He wants to cut short his term rather than lengthen it." Duterte has expressed his desire in public several times that he wants to step down or shorten his term. Roque also says the 2019 polls can only be canceled if the 1987 Constitution is amended. In a television interview Wednesday, Alvarez said canceling the 2019 midterm elections could be among the transitory provisions in a new constitution as the country shifts to a federal system. Senate President Coco Pimentel slammed Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez after the latter criticized the Senate for being slow in passing bills. Alvarez earlier Wednesday said there are few bills being signed into law because they are stuck in the Senate. He also said the leadership of the Senate has to be more active to pass more legislation. But Pimentel says the Senate is the thinking chamber in Congress. Pimentel also says quality is more important than the quantity of bills passed. He adds the House passes more measures because local bills, such as those seeking to rename schools and highways and to increase hospital beds, are required to originate from the body. The House under the 17th Congress hurriedly passed the measure seeking to reimpose the death penalty, which the Senate has so far shelved. The minority bloc in the House also hit the majority for supposedly railroading the passage of the tax reform bill and the proposed 2018 budget. The two measures underwent months of scrutiny in the Senate. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque on Wednesday says President Rodrigo Duterte has not authorized any of his family members or relatives to make transactions with government. Roque says he was instructed by the president to announce the statement. He says, quote, "The president would like to reiterate his prior instruction to the cabinet to ignore any pleas to be made by any of his relatives in connection with any government transaction." Roque could not say what prompted Duterte to issue the reminder. At least 3 of the president's family members have been accused of dealing with government agencies for supposedly suspicious transactions. Customs fixer Mark Taguba accused Duterte's eldest son, Paulo Duterte, former Davao City Vice Mayor, and his son-in-law Manasseh Carpio of appearing in customs offices or being involved in smuggling drugs. The two denied the accusations. The president himself said he was told that a woman calling herself Lovely Duterte had been visiting government offices. He denied there was such a person named Lovely Duterte, saying he only knew of a Lovely Sumera Sangcola, Paulo's ex-wife. But the former Davao City Vice Mayor accused Sumera of using the Duterte family name. Duterte earlier said he would resign if his children are proven to be engaged in corruption and that he would fire government personnel who would connive with them. The Office of the Ombudsman issues a second dismissal order against former Iloilo City Mayor Jed Mabilog. The second dismissal order stems from a graft case over a towing company he set up which bagged a towing contract in the city. Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales finds Mabilog guilty of grave misconduct, serious dishonesty, and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. In October, the Office of the Ombudsman dismissed Mabilog due to his unexplained 8.9 million peso increase in net worth from 2012 to 2013. Mabilog failed to secure a temporary restraining order from the Court of Appeals to reverse his dismissal from the questionable wealth case. United States President Donald Trump warns North Korean leader Kim Jong-Un Tuesday he has a much bigger nuclear button. The remark is in reference to Kim's annual New Year address, in which he warned he has a nuclear button on his table. Kim sweetened his remarks by expressing an interest in dialogue and taking part in the Pyeongchang Games next month. Trump tweets, quote, "North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley earlier said a dialogue between Seoul and Pyongyang is a band-aid solution. Pyongyang's multiple missile tests in 2017 have increased tensions in the North Korean peninsula. It also shrugged off new sanctions and heightened rhetoric from Washington as it moved forward with its weapons program, which it says is for defense against U.S. aggression.